Filling my Ryukin tank, hoping this doesn't override the audio. So we're going to have a quick discussion on how Dropsy is not necessarily a death sentence. So the things I've found bring on Dropsy: extended time with high nitrates or severe high nitrates, poor water quality. That's really hard to reverse. There's questionable, I'm dealing with somebody who has really super high pH and her fish are getting dropsy and she's not sure why. I haven't experimented or dealt with that, but we've had several people who have gotten dropsy, including my fish in my fluke outbreak. I had several fish this fall get dropsy, and a fellow YouTuber, Aquastar, she got an import that we were pretty sure, I warned her, was going to have flukes and came in with dropsy. Several other members that have messaged me that have had dropsy, trying courses of, at the moment, the course that I've tried is fed general cure, like soaked food general cure, which is basically Prosy and metronidazole. There's also Everything Aquatics that has pellets with Prosy and metronidazole, and Canaplex in the water, and then Canaplex fed. So I had two or three members in the last month where we've had hit them with general cure soaked, Canaplex in the water, and the dropsy's reversing. So I have verified by microscope that mass fluke overtaking will bring on dropsy. And flukes can be, I don't know if it's a newer strain of flukes, because it's the super resistant ones. I don't know if it's just these flukes getting out there now, or if it's been an issue, because flukes will be in a lot of systems and not cause any harm, but if a fish gets stressed, boom, and flukes overtake, it brings on dropsy. And I have verified that by microscope, because my fish that had severe dropsy was just loaded with flukes, and I did a overnight treatment and the dropsy went away overnight. And having these people hit their fish with general cure and Canaplex, it's working. So what I would advise if you have dropsy is, first, make sure it's not your water. You know, so many people don't realize nitrates are, and that's a day for another discussion, is the effect of high nitrates. You know, people have always thought you didn't need to do, it was, especially with planted tanks or stuff like that, you know, tropical fish. I still get shocks when people are like, why do you do such large water changes? Because I have seen multiple times in the forums the results of high nitrates, and it does kill your fish. So first, make sure it's not water. Second, if you can get your hands on general cure, the problem we're running into is a lot of places, they're starting to do, and I am absolutely scared for the fish hobby with all the antibiotic bans that are happening. We have people on our forums that are in the UK, in Australia, in Canada, and you know what they have, and you know what they need to treat it, and they haven't got access to it. I'm trying to compile a list. Obviously, I've had a lot of luck with peroxide dips for flukes and potassium permanganate, but internally for parasites, I don't know. And internally for bacterial infections, I don't know what we're going to do if they ban stuff. You know, there are some for dips and stuff like that for exterior bacterial that can help. Obviously, super clean water and a little bit of salt will even help with a lot of, and just clean water with wounds and some bacterial. And methylene blue is and even potassium permanganate is a surface bacterial. But if we start getting antibiotic bans and you have a full-blown infection going on, I don't know what we're going to do. So that's one of the things I'm working on, is trying to figure out internally what we're going to do if we end up with a ban here. But for now, General Cure is accessible. Canaplex is accessible. Sulfaplex is similar to Canaplex, and it's more reasonable priced. So I haven't had anybody start with Sulfaplex, but you know, that is another thought. But definitely Canaplex and General Cure are working on Dropsy, and I'm telling people it's not a death sentence, but you got to make sure your water stays good. And down the road, these fish might be susceptible because they've obviously sustained some organ damage. But like I said, it's working so far. Had several people lately who have reversed it in their fish. So I absolutely love this trio. You know, parasites aside, you just gotta have a good quarantine system set up. And that's really one of my other goals this year, is to get a completely separate room quarantine system, so I don't have any issues like I did this past year again.